Hello and welcome. My name is Giacomo Mura, and today I bring to you a very sad but relatable and real side of music, which is the expression of loss. Sometimes, sadly, our lives are shaken by the loss of loved ones, and for composers, of course, this was the case as well. Fact is, not many of them, honestly, let such personal losses and very deeply sad feelings affect their music. We less than you might expect, definitely. We find traces of such stories in the works and the production of many great composers. But some of them definitely did. Some of them definitely did pour into their creations, some of their creations, the cathartic expression of what they were feeling. And I would say sometimes it surprises us who did so. For example, a composer that is capable of such powerful, terrible expression like Beethoven never did really. We find not so much of his biography of his life in his music. Uh, the opposite goes for Mozart, the composer that is famous and I would say definitely exaggeratedly famous for his light-heartedness, his carefree music, his light and elegant music. Really pours into some of his compositions terrible feelings of despair and loss. For example, after the death of his mother, this is the case. But today I will talk with you with I think one of the most extreme examples of this, which is with Felix Mendelssohn. Mendelssohn, a composer that among the romantics is maybe the less tormented, one of the least tormented, especially in comparison with the likes of Schumann, of Schubert. Mendelssohn is a brighter kind of romantic many times, but in the last years of his life, 1847, in the early beats of the year, his beloved sister Fanny meets a tragic end. She dies suddenly and totally unexpectedly. Mendelssohn is destroyed by this loss. Fanny was to him the most precious person in his existence since they were kids. They were so strongly bound together by their love for music, by the many things. And Mendelssohn writes a heart-wrenching letter to his younger sister Rebecca, full of basically the sentence, "May God help us. I cannot think of anything but Fanny." It is really touching, you see that despair that only a person that lost such a loved person can feel. And he will not survive this loss. After a few months, Mendelssohn himself will die. In these few months, he writes only one major work. This is unusual for him because he was a very prolific composer. Music flowed through him so easily. But in these terrible months, he only composed one work basically, which is his last string quartet. This is for this reason nicknamed "Requiem for Fanny." And here we really have one side of the feelings of loss, which is shock. Here you really can see musically the expression of that. "May God help us. I cannot believe this. I cannot accept this." That poetic sadness, that feeling of tenderness that you find in Mozart, especially in the funeral composition by Mozart, that beautiful sadness of loss, which is the sadness of loss transformed into beauty through music. You don't find it here. You find only the hollow stare of a person that lost everything. And this is prepare for something strong. This is really not music for every day, but it is a part of life. And Mendelssohn portrayed this so incredibly for us. Few moments of this music, the very beginning of the quartet. And the scream. Yeah. Like losing all energy. Here, Mendelssohn does something remarkable. Definitely his age as well, the first half of the 19th century, he gives up on beauty. This music does not want to be beautiful. There is nothing beautiful about this music. It is powerful, it is expressive, it is so deeply human, but it is not pleasing. And this is something that, together with what Beethoven did in several of his compositions, Mendelssohn anticipates a lot the music of the future when beauty is sacrificed for something else, for something more. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video with another little but great musical story.